historic Gill Coliseum. Week 2 for each of these teams, and is this ever a big one? The Oregon State Beavers hosting the UCLA Bruins. It's the Pac-12 Gymnastics Meet of the Week presented by Pacific Premier Bank. A nice moment earlier as two old friends and 2021 U.S. Olympic teammates met again today. Freshman Jordan Childs of UCLA and Jade Carey of Oregon State, two of the 6 U.S. Olympic gymnasts from Tokyo. They'll be squaring off for the first time as collegians. And hi, everybody, along with Elisa Mao, I'm Rich Burke. Jordan Childs was a silver medalist in the team final in Tokyo. We'll see her on vault and bars today.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a homecoming for Jordan. She's a product of Vancouver, Washington, and is debuting a new vault tonight. So excited to see that from the Olympic silver medalist.
A little later on this year, she'll probably be going in the all-around, but just the first 2 rotations today. Meanwhile, Jade Carey of Oregon State, and she was the gold medalist on floor in Tokyo.
And she'll be competing all around tonight after a stellar first meet where she won all 4 events and the all around.
Yep, she deferred her enrollment for a few years and happy to be here at Oregon State now. This Pac-12 Conference dual meet has a bit of a twist as UC Davis out of the Mountain Pacific Sports Federation was added a couple of days ago as a 3rd team after their scheduled meets this week in Alaska were canceled. While we're not covering the Aggies directly, you may see them briefly from time to time. During our telecast, we'll be focusing on the head-to-head Pac-12 matchup between UCLA and Oregon State. The Bruins looking to rebound after carding just a 194.85 last week in Minneapolis.
Yeah, UCLA had a rough first outing. They counted a fall on bars, had a rough time on the balance beam, but I fully expect them to bounce back today with their depth and experience.
Yep, no questioning the talent on the UCLA roster. The sky's the limit. They go head-to-head with the Oregon State Beavers. The first rotation is coming right up. The Pac-12 Women's Gymnastics Meet of the Week is presented by Pacific Premier Bank, the official bank of the Pac-12. And brought to you by Clean Simple Eats. Eat clean, keep it simple, get results. Not far from here, where we are at Gill Coliseum. Oregon State Beavers taking on the UCLA Bruins, our Pac-12 Gymnastics Meet of the Week, presented by Pacific Premier Bank. And Oregon State coming off a 195 last week in a tri-meet win over Washington and San Jose State here in Corvallis. They'll start off on vault today. The home team always goes in Olympic order. Vault, then bars, then beam, then floor. And there are the start values for Oregon State's vaulters. Carly Chavez will start off, has a 10-0 vault. We'll see if she does it. We expect Sydney Gonzalez, Maddie Dagan, and Jade Carey to do their 10-0s. And for the others, 9.95. Generally, if it's a 10-0, it's a blind landing.
Exactly. So you'll see that Yurchenko 1.5 vault lands forward. Very hard to spot that. Sydney Gonzalez, though, does a unique twisting vault on and pike off, so it's a unique look. That's also worth a 10. Super difficult.
Jade Carey in that group, getting a pep talk along with her teammates. She had an all-around score of 39.65, the highest for a Beaver since 2017. The opening meet last week, and 1/10 off the program record. Carly Chavez will start matters off for Oregon State on vault. And this is the only time we'll see her today, so watch closely.
We'll see if she does the full or the 1.5. Looks like she played it safe, and a beautiful full. Really nicely done. Just that hop up in place. As she had great repulsion. Clearly she has the ability to do the 1.5, but the season is young. No reason to push it when she can deliver a near perfect vault like that to lead off the Beavs.
Freshman from Clovis, California, said that Oregon State has always been her dream school. Meanwhile, UCLA starts on bars with Frida Esparza. And Esparza, 2-time competitor at the World Championships for Mexico. Getting a bit of a pep talk there from Don Palanchi. And for Esparza, who will start on bars for UCLA, this will be the only time that she will go today. Helped Mexico to a bronze medal finish at the 2018 Pan Am Games. He was 9th in the all-around and 5th on bars. Started at 9.85 in the week 1 meet in Minneapolis.
Very nice handstand to start in that Maloney down to pack salto. She'll do this Van Leeuwen release move. You'll see quite a bit. It's a very difficult release to keep your legs together. She did a wonderful job there and continues to the double layout. Really held that stick just so the judges knew her feet did not move.
No question about it. Well done, Frida Esparza, UCLA sophomore from Pittsburgh, California. 9.775 for Carly Chavez. And now Sydney Gonzalez.
And
She's
Sydney,
expected to do one with a 10-0 start down.
exactly, she does that vault I mentioned earlier where she will do a half or full twist between the board and the table and the pike off. It is a really intricate vault. She has to do so much in a short period of time. So took a pretty big step back there. Will probably be at least 2/10, but look at the difficulty. Most people twist after the vault where you can get all that block. She does it between the board and the vault.
Sydney Gonzalez, last year the only freshman to compete in every meet for Oregon State. Sophomore from Newport Beach, California. We saw Frida Esparza on bars for UCLA. Still waiting on her score as Shea Campbell gets set to go. Shea Campbell now a sophomore, last year's Pac-12 freshman newcomer of the year. And all Pac-12 first team in the all-around vault and floor. 9.875 for Frida Esparza. A quarter of a tenth better than she did last week in Minneapolis.
And this is the first time we're seeing Shea on bars this season. She didn't compete there last week.
On the all-around today, bars was the only event that she didn't do last week.
Excellent Maloney to bail there. Made it very easy. And look at the just exclamation point on that handstand. She wraps up into this double front dismount, and that is another blind landing, flipping forward like that. And her feet were a little bit in front of her, so had to take that big step back. You want to see her get her heels up just a little bit higher to make sure she has the rotation to open up and find that stick.
Shea Campbell's first competitive bars routine of the year. Last week, UCLA had to count a fall on bars. They had just a 48.3. A 9.85 for Sydney Gonzalez, and now Lauren Lech, freshman for Oregon State.
Lauren is super powerful. Doing just a Yurchenko full today. She has the ability to do a 1.5, but very nicely done. Smooth vault for the freshman.
Guarded the 9.7 last week in her first ever collegiate routine.
Gets nice block, good height, just the tiniest pike down, and then that shuffle back.
Pretty routine for Lauren Lech.
Yeah, super solid start for the Beavers thus far on vault.
Up next, Emma Malabuyo, who was an Olympic alternate for the Tokyo Games for the United States. Freshman for the Bruins from Milpitas, California. 9.7 for Shea Campbell.
Emma, another newcomer to the Bruin lineup today. Didn't compete last week. I think the last time she competed bars was at the Olympic trials.
She was 8th on bars at the Olympic trials. And this is her favorite apparatus.
It was a really nice job on that handstand pirouette. A lot of people rushed that and missed the handstand. Emma did a nice job there.
Wasn't on bars last week because she was working on a new routine, and obviously she's happy with it.
Yeah, did a really nice job there. Just a tiny hop forward on the landing. And those are the details that will come as the season progresses.
9.775 for Lauren Lech, better than the 9.7 from last week. And now here is Caitlin Yanish, first of 2 times. We'll also see her on floor later.
Watch the distance that Caitlin Yanish gets from the vault. She makes it look so easy, has a really good block position, gets both height and distance, which is exactly what the judges want to see.
Oregon State continues their good start on vault.
Really nice stretched body as well. I would love to see a ruler. I basically want a ruler on every event of some sort, but on vault to check the distance, because it really sets her apart from a lot of other gymnasts that do that vault.
Caitlin Yanish, a graduate senior, decided to come back for a 5th season. A 9-8 for Emma Malabuyo on bars. And now we go to Sarah Julius. 6 gymnasts go in each rotation. You scratch out the lowest score and take the other 5 and add them together. Julius was a bars specialist last year in her freshman season for UCLA. And we'll also see her on floor later. Led off the floor lineup last week as well.
She had an uncharacteristic fall on bars last week. She'll start just with an impeccable handstand, and oh no, she toe on half. She was trying too hard to get it right on top of the bar. She will do that skill again to proceed into her release move, the straddle Jaeger. You could tell from that first handstand that she really tries to be perfect every time. And at this early in the season, I think the coaches will prefer that she's a little more aggressive as opposed to going for the perfection in the handstand.
When that happens, how tough is it to collect yourself? Because she now has to do a routine.
She has to do a whole other routine over again. And I will say that, you know, these gymnasts are in exceptional condition. The UCLA team, though, has had fewer practices than many because they were out for COVID protocols. So, I mean, look at that straddle Jaeger, just beautiful. And you can see really showing off the handstand positions throughout.
Julius, a sophomore from Thousand Oaks, California.
And unfortunately touches the hand down. So that will be the routine that the Bruins hope to drop. 2 falls there for Julius.
9.875 for Caitlin Yanish. That's half a tenth better than last week. And now Maddie Dagan doing the all-around today.
And this is a returning All-American on vault. She does that Yurchenko 1.5. She hit the board on the corner, so she didn't get the same repulsion that you're used to. And it was a little bit squirrely then, but she does a great job finding the floor and just has to take that step back. The margin for error is so small. You can see that she didn't quite get the block evenly off both hands as well. So just a testament to her ability to be able to roll with the punches from that vault.
And there's Jordan Childs, first of 2 times we'll see her today, also on vault. 2020 Olympic silver medalist in the team competition as part of the Fighting Four with Simone Biles, Suni Lee, and Grace McCallum.
And when Simone Biles pulled out of the team final, Jordan subbed in for her on bars, on beam. It was a bit of a chaotic time as Simone pulled out, and Jordan did an incredible job in her position on bars to really steady the team, and then same thing on beam, did a phenomenal job during the team finals to secure that silver medal.
And was a big support to Simone Biles, the 2 clearly good friends.
Yep, teammates, both in, you know, at that club gym, and then national team members together for so long.
Jordan Childs, 8-year national team member, 4 years each at the junior and senior levels.
Very nice connection there. The piked Jaeger, worth more than the straddle Jaeger. And then she'll do an in-bar Ginger, legs glued together, and just a gorgeous handstand. Last week she hopped forward on this dismount, but not today. Finds a perfect landing and is aptly celebrated by the teammates.
9.825 last week at first college bars routine. Figures to be better today.
So she does this Maloney, and then on that counter swing, right back to a ganger in between the bars. The tap is a little different when you're in between the bars like that. So really superb job. And then finds the landing. Great job by Jordan Childs.
No Margzetta Frazier on bars today for UCLA. Injured her foot last week in Minneapolis. 9.775 for Maddie Dagan. Here's our first look at the Olympic gold medalist, Jade Carey.
She will do the most difficult vault of the competition, a Yurchenko double twist. And just a small slide back. It looks too easy. And she can do much more difficulty on vault, but still the hardest being done in NCAA. It's just worth the 10, but it could be, wish it would be rewarded a little bit more for how challenging it is.
9.925 for Jordan Childs. That was a full 10th better than her first college bars routine last week. Now Nora Flatley will anchor the bars. They need a hit to avoid counting a fall.
A little bit of pressure here on Nora. Does that beautiful eagle grip into the Jaeger. It's a lot more difficult doing it that way. And, a former elite gymnast and just an exceptional athlete, but hasn't actually had a ton of competitive experience at UCLA. Battled a lot of injuries over her career. Exceptional double layout, though, just to slide back. And a really good job by the senior to salvage that UCLA bar lineup.
Yep, they're able to drop the 9.90 from Sarah Julius after Childs and Flatley each have a hit. One rotation down. Back with more from Corvallis.